And we are live here on Tuesday night for some Slide Job Racing League action. It is Pocono Raceway in the Head for the Mountains 125, and it's coming down to the wire here in Season 16. Just 2 races remaining in this season. The title fight is as tight as you can get without really getting super tight, I guess. We have clinching scenarios, we have a battle possibly coming down to the final race. There's a lot of things that go into this that lead us to this point tonight. But to get to that title fight, to get to the finality of it, we'll see how it all pans out in this race here in Pocono Raceway. Just 2 races to go until we end this season. It's been a fun one so far. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of it plays out these next 2 races to close out Season 16. Dustin Allen in the booth, as always, with you here on Tuesday night, of course. Pocono Raceway, such a very different racetrack than the ones these drivers have been used to racing. It is such a different handling track, such a different racing track. 3 different corners based on 3 other different tracks. You've got turn 1, if I remember right, it's based like I think it's turn 1 is based like Darlington, turn 2 is Indianapolis, turn 3 is based on like Milwaukee. I could be wrong. I'm very good at being wrong, but moral of the story is 3 different corners for these drivers to tackle here tonight to try and find their way to victory lane. And the title fight, it comes down between 3 drivers entering tonight's race. It's either going to be Yusuf Ghali, Gavin Austin, or Ben Baffert that will be crowned the Season 16 champion. Ben Baffert is a long shot to win this title, but he's not out of it yet. He has still got a fighting chance, but he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to win this title, and he's going to need a lot of help on the way. So, qualifying is coming up here. Gavin Austin, Ben Baffert, Jeffrey Armistead, Enrique Kugel, and Dylan Parker are the 5 fastest in practice. We've got 20 drivers so far that are registered for this race, ready to go racing tonight. As we get ready to head into qualifying, we'll keep tabs on everything and make sure we have as much up-to-date that we can have on everything as you can get. We'll tell you everything we know, everything you need to know as this race carries on into tonight. But we'll go, and we'll follow the 54, of Yusuf Ghali out onto the racetrack as he begins his qualifying run. As he makes his way onto the racetrack, of course, the big key is the point standings and how things shake out and how he can lock it up. How he may not lock it up. It looks like we're having more connection issues again tonight. Wish I could troubleshoot, but having my hours at work that I do, it's kind of hard to do right now. But so for now, we're back. Hopefully we stay back. Just looking at how things are panning out for these drivers. It's really going to come down to just how this race plays out between for the 54. This is going to be the guy that really is the make or break for these scenarios. If he has a great race, we're likely going to see him lock the title up tonight. But if he has a bad showing, if something happens that takes this 54 car out back the pasture, I mean, we could be heading into Charlotte with a battle for the championship between 2 or possibly 3 drivers. There's no guarantees, but we'll see how it shakes out after tonight. Tonight's the big key that everybody's watching. Everybody's monitoring to see how he runs tonight to know how this title fight is going to play out. But if he has one thing going for him, it's that he's good at this racetrack. This track is very good too. He's been very good here before, and he's looking to show that off again tonight as we keep having server connection issues. Keep bouncing around, bouncing back and forth. It's great. It's fantastic. Awesome. Right now, the 54 car is 4th fastest of the 8 that have posted lap times so far. I believe he's going for a second lap. Fast lap. He makes his way through turn 3. Let's see how he does. Qualifying, Gavin Austin has just made his way on the track as well, so we'll get ready to go to him after Ghali sets his lap time. He hits the stripe. It's going to be an improvement. But I don't think it's going to be enough. No, it's not going to be an improvement. He does not improve on his lap time. He'll stay 5th fastest as we keep having blinking issues. We keep having connection problems. I'm getting really irritated that this keeps happening. I don't know why it keeps happening. This thing is supposed to work perfectly fine with no issues, and yet here we are having all these issues. So if you're looking at using a Verizon Internet Gateway, I used to be an advocate for them because they work so well. Now my answer is don't use it. This thing sucks. So, watching Gavin Austin come to the line to complete his first timed lap if we can, if it would stop doing this. It's just getting ridiculous now. Yusuf Kala right now is 6th fastest. See what Austin can do. Perfect run off turn 3. If he caught the wall there, that could invalidate the lap time. It looks like he's going to get a lap time done. And he'll go to the pole. Pole position for Gavin Austin here. It's Gavin Austin to the top. Go back. I think Jeffrey Armistead is making a run. This checker flag flies. So he's not going to get a lap time in. So we keep having all of these friggin' just connection issues. Hopefully they can smooth out for the race. And that's a fool's gambit here. So we'll take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's race and see how they're going to line up as we get ready to roll here at Pocono. Pole position, it's Gavin Austin trying to keep his title hopes alive. Same with Ben Baffert, who will start his outside of row number 1. Dylan Parker starting in 3rd with Michael Kruger, still looking for that first career win here on Tuesday nights to his outside. Wyatt Roberts and Brett Bennett, teammates together in row 3. Yusuf Ghali, he's looking to see what he can do to clinch this title tonight. He starts in 7th. Owen Chybinski on his outside. Then it's Enrique Cucalon and Michael Sturgill that ride out the top 10. And the back half of this field is Coleman Elmore and Justin Rott together in row 6. Row 7, Travis Van Oostendorp and Jeffrey Armistead. Blade Sparling and Matthew Chastain in row 8. Jace Lafort and Diego Acuna together in row 9. And running at your field right now of 20 cars, it is Matt Steiner and Robert Lukens, giving us around 20 cars ready to go racing for 80 laps here at Pocono. Of course, mentioned the second to last race of the season. After tonight, we will have a clearer picture for the championship. And we get ready to head into, of course, the finale that is at Charlotte next Tuesday night. So keep your eyes open for tonight. And then next week, we'll be back for the finale to close out season number 16 and crown a champion. Looking forward to it. But we still got tonight to run. We still got one more race before then, and that is Pocono, a very different racetrack these drivers are used to. It's going to be fun to see what they can do here tonight at the Tricky Triangle. So here we go. Pace car rolls off pit lane. The field following behind. Mentioned 80 laps tonight. Going to be a fun one to watch at this track here. Such a unique racetrack. Such a unique racing experience for these drivers. And we'll see how they handle a little bit hotter conditions. 103 is the track temp. 80 degrees is the sky temp. Partly cloudy, so it may not be as hot. May not get hotter. May see some cloud cover to kind of cool it off a little bit. Maybe. Possibly. Not too sure on that. But the moral of the story is the field pacing down the Long Pond straightaway. This long backstretch. Not even the longest straightaway on the track, so it doesn't make sense to call it the Long Pond straightaway when it's not the longest straightaway. You know what I mean. 20 drivers entered tonight's race, ready to race for the win. I think only 17 made it to the grid. I think we're missing 3 drivers that did not grid up. That's okay. still means we've got 17 drivers looking to do battle for 80 laps around this triangle up here in Pennsylvania, up in the mountains in Pocono. It's about maybe, I think, 2 hours west of New York, around that kind of mark, I believe. I'm not too positive on that. But it's kind of like near Philadelphia, nearish Philadelphia, nearish. But who cares where it's at? Where we're at, it's the racetrack, and what we're at is turn 3 with the pace car about to dive down towards pit lane to leave the field at the mercy of the starter, who's got the green flag in his hand, ready to display it, ready to get these drivers rolling. Green flag is out, racing here at Pocono. Holy crap, I've been muted this whole time, haven't I? Wow. Didn't even realize I've been muted. That is terrible. Take a look all the way back. Austin knocked the wall down. Golly got the wall as well. Ben Baffert said, you know what? Let's go for it. Sends it to the inside. Austin and Golly make contact there. Almost a block there from Gavin Austin. Baffert to the lead. And through all of that, Yusuf Ghali went from right at the race lead to back to 6th. I'd completely realized I didn't unmute my mic after the first lap, so my apologies for that. I've been calling everything to myself and myself only here. Brett Bennett, Dylan Parker side by side, they go for 3rd. Michael Kruger right there in tow, as is Yusuf Ghali and Enrique Cucalon, as Ben Baffert holds the race lead now coming to lap number 16. At least you didn't have to hear me yapping about nothing. Oh my goodness, Kruger hit the wall, bounced into Ghali. Ghali able to keep it straight, but just the big thing about tonight's race, Yusuf Ghali just needs to get a good finish. He just needs to finish this race in a decent spot. Top 10 is the goal for that 54 car. Baffert trying to break the draft down the straightaways that he can, as Gavin Austin trying to follow along with him. Dylan Parker trying to get to the inside of Gavin Austin for 2nd. Here comes the 3 machine. Dylan Parker on the inside. He will take the spot for now. Austin going to try to cross him back over if he can to the straightaway. Not able to get there to the quarter panel. So to make their way down this front stretch, Dylan Parker got to the race lead over Ben Baffert. Gavin Austin still in 3rd. Yusuf Ghali is into 6th right now. He's got Enrique Cucalon and Wyatt Roberts right there behind him. Michael Kruger, Brett Bennett battling for 5th place right now. Or 4th place, pardon me. See Gavin Austin to the inside of Ben Baffert. And Ghali gets in front of Cucalon. Cucalon cuts back down. Dylan Parker really breaking that draft. Back up the track he goes. And of course we blink out at this very moment. Why wouldn't we? We'll reconnect. Still straight. No caution yet. As the field works its way through turn 3. I'm going to complete lap number 18. I'd assume only one stop going to be needed for these drivers tonight. But assuming is, assuming. So I can double check that real quick. So let me mute myself and not forget the quick crank it up segment as we watch the battle for the lead. Still, Baffert trying to chase down Dylan Parker. So as the field makes their way through the tunnel turn, heading for turn number 3 this next time by Michael Kruger, knocks the wall down back here in the background on the exit of the tunnel turn. Ghali gets by for 5th as Kruger drops back to 6th. I was getting ready to say the fuel window is about 29 laps, roughly around that ballpark. So you're going to see 2 stops here under green if we stay green the entire way. The way they've been racing for the lead. Look at Dylan Parker all the way to the apron to try to break the draft. Of course, we blink out now. Needed to come back ASAP. Come on, Verizon. Fix your shit. So we're waiting for this to come back. iRacing is not happy with Verizon.
Nothing's tougher than a Mahindra tractor.
Except a bigger Mahindra tractor.
Pound for pound, this one's still tougher. Tough. Tougher. Tough. Tougher.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
I got a race this weekend. I'll see you later.
This season, Brad Keselowski knows there's nothing harder than winning. Not taking the high line at Bristol. Not doing a post-race press conference with a bunch of psychiatrists.
Brad, tell me a little bit about your mother.
Not eating a huge turkey dinner, then trying to stay awake during a foreign film. Winning is even harder than getting pepper sprayed. Then being able to unlock a magic eye poster.
It's a shark.
Yep. Brad Keselowski understands that if winning were easy, losers would do it.
I'm Jimmy Johnson. Boom, confetti. I'm Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy, customers love the new paint color. It's your beard.
Oh, wow.
And living legend, Jimmy Johnson is on aisle 8.
Dawn, this is all great. Maybe a little much.
I think we're playing it pretty cool here.
I'm Jimmy Johnson. Boom, confetti.
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Never know how. Never know how.
I'm really proud to be a part of it. Love, it's pretty amazing.
Her name is Amanda Brookman, and she is my destiny. Although she may not know that, per se.
So you can go online and make any kind of car you want. I made a love car. Do I think they stand a chance? I mean, who doesn't love love?
I love love.
What will you design? ToyotaRacing.com.
Who?
Don't be conventional.
Kevin Harvick?
Be exceptional. Upgrade to Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. It helps your engine last over 250,000 miles.
Wow. What's he doing?
Raving.
He's exceptional.
So is Mobil 1. Yes.
Is this good?
I do not know.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
DW, you made the Tide Ride a legend. You drove her to victory lane time and again. You conquered Daytona.
After 17 years of effort, the Daytona 500 belongs to Franklin, Tennessee's Darrell Waldron. He's done it.
And you danced. I can't wait to start a new legend in a Tide Pods car. This car might be more powerful and advanced than yours, but when the crowd goes wild for this car, I know they're cheering for a legacy you started. I am so thankful for that. Really, Darrell?
Matt, your speech, it was so inspiring, and
Darrell, you can stop dancing now.
We're back. We are at lap 25. We had a pit stop start. Brett Bennett is on pit road now. My, oh my. What should it be a lot better than it's been? Of course, with the race sim crashing, we lost 5 laps of action here on track. Ben Baffert is your leader. Dylan Parker's second. Gavin Austin is third. And it's Wyatt Roberts, Enrique Cucalon, the top 5 as they run right now. So we'll get you back to it here. As they are, as we are, as we were. So See back there, Gavin Austin, Wyatt Roberts, and Ricky Cool and Yusuf Ghali all tight together here. Battling for third is Dylan Parker once again going for the race lead. To the inside and by Ben Bafford for the top spot. Once again, just trying to break that draft is the driver of the number 3, Dylan Parker. The battle is on for third. You have 4 drivers right here under a blanket. We expect pit stops to go here too. For some of these drivers, we're about to that pit stop window. As they make their way down the back straightaway, entering turn 2, pardon me, the pedal turn. Dylan Parker is still leading this race. You see a car dart down. It's Gavin Austin. He's going to pit lane. One of our championship contenders is on pit road now, as is, I believe, that is Owen Chybinski. 2 cars heading to pit road now. More cars likely to start following here. So you see Dylan Parker leading Ben Bafford still. Make their way towards turn 2. Right here tight with one another, but I guess I would expect one of these two to pit here in the next couple laps. Parker and Bafford coming off turn 3. They're both going to come to pit lane. The top 2 cars pitting this time. Wyatt Roberts stays out. Looks like Yusuf Ghali's down, as is Matthew Chastain, as is Jeffrey Armistead. So 5 cars on pit road now. Wyatt Roberts and Enrique Kukulon, they're going to stay out an extra lap. They're going to see what they can do by staying out this extra lap compared to the rest of the field. Brett Bennett was the first car to pit lane. Ahead by a bit over Gavin Austin and Owen Chybinski. Wait to see how Bafford and company come off of pit lane. See if pitting early is the call or pitting late is what you want to do. As Bafford is rolling off of pit lane, Brett Bennett's going to soar by them all. It's not too much difference, 4 laps difference, but Gavin Austin right here coming off of pit lane. There's Bafford, there's Parker. They're coming up to speed now. Gavin Austin going to try to work the outside lane if he can, but I don't think he's going to have enough. He's going to stay in third, maybe go for second on Dylan Parker. Or what would be cycling through his third for these drivers. Roberts, Kukulon, Sparling, and Acuna are in, as is Coleman Elmore. Matt Steiner, the last car to come down. Looks like he's going to stay out and lead a lap. Good old Matt Steiner going to lead a lap here at Pocono. He comes around next time by, that is. Not going to lead this time by. But Brett Bennett, it's going to be your race leader. When all is said and done, Michael Sturgill had a long stop on pit road, so he is currently 15th, 1 lap down. Robert Lucas as well as a lap down. Rest of the field cycling through on this pit stop. Wyatt Roberts cycling back out just about where he was. Once Matt Steiner pits, Brett Bennett is your race leader by 2.7 seconds. A very interesting call, working at least for now for Bennett. Problem is he's by himself, and then on top of that, the other cars are going to have slightly fresher tires, which means they'll be able to cut into this lead a little bit better. As now it's already a 2-second gap as Matt Steiner pulls down pit lane. Brett Bennett will take the race lead, and there you can see Baffert, Austin, and Parker not far off of your race leader, Brett Bennett now, as they head towards turn number 1. 2.2 seconds is the gap between 1 and 2. Brett Bennett, of course, the king of strategy calls. He's the one that's willing to make the wild decisions to try and make something work, to try and win the race. Could tonight be the night that he breaks through? Because we talk about Michael Kruger being winless in this league. Brett Bennett is winless, period. He is yet to win a league race that's been broadcasted, especially on BRN. And he's wanting to break that streak here soon. But tonight's going to be a little bit of a taller task, but we'll see if he's up for it. This time by 49 laps to go. Bennett leads. Baffert, Austin, then Parker. Top 4. Wyatt Roberts is currently 5th. And the gap these top 4 have to 5th place Wyatt Roberts. That's good for Gavin Austin and good for Ben Baffert that Golly's back there, a little bit further back than them. It's exactly what they needed. Was for Golly to be shuffled a little bit further back of them. They just need no caution. They need to stay green all the way to really kind of sink into this one and let this be their chance to put some more points on the board, to cut into it a little bit deeper, and to try and make a shot at the win. However, I see one driver, Michael Kruger, he is on pit lane. He is forever on pit lane. Did something happen to the 19 that we didn't catch? Or... So we blinked out, so we had to blink out, so we missed out on a lot of the race. But it shows that Mikey is currently 12 laps down. I think that would have been when we had our connection issues. He's rolling off a pit lane now. 12 laps down. What happened to Michael Kruger? Take a quick look at the BRN replay and see if we can find out what happened. It looks like we're not going to be able to find out what happened. That would have happened while we had our issues. So, Michael Kruger, 12 laps down, was in contention no more. But Baffert and Austin have gotten by Bennett. Here comes Dylan Parker to do the same. Of course, Brett trying something different to see if he can make something work to get up front and win this race. So Austin looking to track down Ben Baffert, who's leading this field right now. Yusuf Ghali still back there in 6th place. He's got Chastain and Kukulon right there behind him, as well as Owen Chybinski making moves as well forward. Dylan Parker goes by Gavin Austin. So move Parker to 2nd, Austin to 3rd. Send the gap back to Ghali in 6th. And Ghali's got Chastain and Kukulon right there on his tail. Chastain right there on the 54. Putting pressure, as is Enrique Cuccolon. Trying to force Gali to make a mistake to make an easier pass on them. As they head down towards the tunnel turn. Oh, Chastain sends it inside of Gali. Contact with a 54 up the track they go. Chastain clears Gali. Gali on the back bumper of the 12. Here comes Enrique Cuccolon now. Inside of Gali. Big moment there through the tunnel turn. And now Gali's going to turn Matthew Chastain. Chastain down the track. Saved it almost. Oh, clips Michael Sturgill. Sturgill saves it as well, but Chastain got turned by Yusuf Gali. Chastain getting back going. But that all started in the tunnel turn. Chastain sent into the tunnel turn, got into the 54. Up the track they went. Gali wasn't happy with it. Gali repays him into turn 3, gets into the back of the 12. And it sends him around there. Saved it, though. Chastain with a heck of a save. And comes back up the track. Michael Sturgill gets tagged, but he's able to hold on to it as well. Perfect save for the 90, and Chastain came to a rest there. On the grass. In the infield, but... man, oh man, as Brett Bennett continues to fall back. Interesting to see how that one's looked at by race control. Gali is in 7th place right now. The thing I think it's going to come down to is just the fact of what they decide on Gali after this race. Obviously, I would expect an EOL maybe next start. Probably having to start at the back of the field the next race. Would definitely be the next thing to worry about for Gali. And if he can't close the deal on the points on the championship tonight, if he has to start at the rear next week, that could be very big in this championship battle. Gali in 7th, he's got Armistead right behind him, trying to chase him down. Just an uncharacteristically off night for the 54 this season. He has been so on. He's had so few problems, really. And if he had problems, somebody else had problems to kind of make up for him having issues to where he'd stay up in the point standings. But now, it's starting to crumble down in the back half of this season here in the last couple races. Not really getting what he needs, and starting to just falter step by step, losing points here and there. And that's allowed Gavin Austin to put himself in a position next week to have a shot at the title. But of course, we're still only just at the halfway point of this race. Gali back to 8th. Austin is currently in 3rd. As Armistead goes by the 54. And then, of course, Ben Baffert is your race leader. So this is really a perfect scenario as of right now for Ben Baffert to try to get back into this title fight. Gali trying to get by Armistead. But up front, battle for the lead heating up. Ben Baffert has it. Dylan Parker reeling him in. For this top spot. Baffert just trying to break the draft. And here comes Parker on the inside. Trying to make something work. And here he goes, trying to get to the race lead. Parker down the outside, Baffert going through on the inside. Baffert holds that top spot for now. Parker right there, as is. You see in the background, Gavin Austin not far off. Baffert blinks out. Dylan Parker's your race leader. Barman's taken by Brett Bennett now. Scully right there, not far behind, but Dylan Parker has the lead. Baffert's still right there, chasing him down. Back to turn number one. The top four cars right here together. Ricky Kukulon in fifth. Armstead, Bennett, Gali, Chybinski, Acuna are the top 10 as they run right now. And Baffert trying to make a move there. Parker holds him back, holds him up. Keeps him at bay for now. It's the 3 car going by on that inside now, or holding it strong. Was down to the bottom lane. It's Baffert again, trying to peek to the inside of that number 3 machine. Just can't quite get there. As they barrel back towards turn number 1. Brett Bennett trying to hold off Yusuf Ghali, who's coming up for that position now. That'll be position 7 on the racetrack as Bennett, of course, pit earlier than the rest. Tried to make it work, just did not work. Of course, he'll have to pit earlier than everybody as well. Ghali trying to find a way around that number 06. Ghali to the inside of Bennett and clear. That's for 7th place. Now the battle for the lead. Baffert back to the inside, heading down into turn 3. Baffert will take back the point. So Baffert now takes the race lead. Parker in 2nd, still there. So they make their way around, heading for the tunnel turn now. Back for turn 1, lap 47 underway. Pit stop's coming up soon, I would say, for the field. To get to the end of this race on fuel, you're going to have to make one more pit stop. All it takes is one bad stop, a speeding penalty, not getting into your box right, speeding off pit road, not getting on or off as clean as you want to or could. All different factors that could take you out of this race and put you behind the 8 ball in the long haul. Horsey stops are going to be super important for Baffert, for Austin, for Golly. Last thing you want is a mistake. So as they head down towards the tunnel turn once again. Baffert is your leader. Parker in second. Wyatt Roberts third. Gavin Austin fourth. Enrique Cucalon is in fifth. Yusuf Ghali back in seventh, just behind Jeffrey Armisen, who's having a good run after starting from pit lane. Would expect to see maybe a stop or two here in the next lap. Likely going to be from the number 06 machine, I would say, if he comes to pit road soon. No, he's going to stay out. So the leaders round their way through turn 2, the tunnel turn, and head down towards turn 3 again. See Cucalon and Gavin Austin battling here. Cucalon to 4th place over the 6 car in this longer run here to the end of the race. Seeing the cars that maybe pitted a little bit later than everybody else with the best runs. Wyatt Roberts trying to close in on our race leaders, as is Enrique Cucalon now, who gets to 4th. Coming around 30 laps to go, pardon me, at the stripe this time. 30 laps left here at Pocono. And right now the top 2 are nose to tail. Wyatt Roberts a distant 3rd, 2 seconds back. Ricky Cucalon about a second back of teammate Wyatt Roberts as DC Dylan Parker goes to the race lead now over Ben Baffert. Baffert trying to get back by on the inside, just couldn't do it, so he'll tuck back in line behind the 3 machine. Waiting to see when that first taker comes to pit lane. Looks like we got it. Yusuf Ghali is on pit lane, the first driver to come to pit road, and it's going to be the 54. Coming with exactly 29 laps to go. I don't know if I like this call from the 54. We saw how running long played out for Brett Bennett. It got him back to 8th. But we'll see what happens with the 54 on pit road now. Trying something out here is Yusuf Ghali. Would expect more drivers to maybe follow him here shortly. Do the leaders elect to come this time? Top 2 cars stay out, as is Wyatt Roberts, as is Enrique Cuculon. Gavin Austin, Jeffrey Armistead all stay out as well. Bennett's likely the next car to come to pit road. Even then, he elects to stay out and stay long. So Ghali, by himself, he's in 13th right now, battling Matt Steiner for that spot. And he'll try to see what he can do, being the first to pit road this time by on the cycle. Some more pit stops. Brett Bennett, Owen Chybinski coming to pit road this time. I think maybe Blaine Sparling was kind of slow, but he's going to be okay. Looks like Chybinski and Bennett the only two this time around. Come to pit lane. Wait and see when these guys elect to come to pit road. The final stops await the field. Here looks like Gavin Austin. He's peeling off to come to pit road now. Here comes the 6 car. One of our other championship contenders peels off, heading for pit lane now. So as Gavin Austin rolls down pit lane by himself. Lonesome trip down pit road. Yusuf Ghali in 11th right now, making his way around the track. Top 2 drivers still staying out. So Michael Sturgill trying to lap himself. Just about got into the 3 car. Parker drafting off of the 90 car. See Baffert going to pit before Dillon does. Baffert diving off the pit lane this time. Wyatt Roberts coming with him, as is Enrique Cuculon and Jeffrey Armistead. They all like to pit as Dylan Parker runs another lap. Dylan Parker by himself. Looks like Matthew Chastain, Diego Cunha, Blaine Sparling as well have yet to pit. First car cycling through will be Yusuf Ghali in the 54. He's ahead of Gavin Austin, but for how long is going to be the question. So as Ghali leads, here's Dylan Parker, Diego Cunha on pit road. Matthew Chastain is coming down as well. Blaine Sparling going to stay out and lead a lap here. As he does that, Yusuf Ghali is going to cycle through as the leader for now. So Gavin Austin right there, as is Ben Baffert. They're chasing down Yusuf Ghali. So Yusuf Ghali once Blaine Sparling pits. Baffert to the inside of Ghali now for what will be the race lead. Baffert gets by. Sparling on pit road now. See how well can Yusuf Ghali hold off the rest of this field. Baffert in second. Ghali is now under pressure from Gavin Austin for that second place spot. So as this race continues on, 20 laps to go. Matt Steiner on pit lane. Ghali has got Dylan Parker closing in on him now. For Ghali, it's just about managing the rest of this race. For Ben Baffert, he's doing all that he can do right now, leading this race by about a second. Out in front, he just needs to close the deal. That's all he can do, though. Golly holding off Parker now. To the inside goes Parker, right on the bumper, but can't get there. Washing up there off the tunnel turn. Dillon has to get out of it. Parker again on the back bumper. Enrique Cucala not far behind this battle in 4th and 5th. Oh, Parker gets into Golly a little bit. Keeping it together. Golly in front of Parker. A little bobble there from the 54. Dillon trying to find his way around. Caution is out. It's Blaine Sparling. Damaged to the 59. He's on pit road. Towed it to pit lane, and just like that, take all the strategy and throw it out the window. Caution is out here at Pocono with just about 17 laps to go. Racing for position. Oh, I don't think Elmore knew that he was running a higher line. Get right on board. Coleman Elmore. Just drove down, ended up right hooking him. Well, just like that, this race has turned entirely on its head. The question now lies, do we pit or do you stay out? I would say everybody's going to come down pit road. But do you take 2 or do you take 4 tires? That might be the more interesting question. It's only been about, for a lot of drivers, less than 10 laps on this set of tires. They might try 2 tires and see if it works, but we'll see. And everybody's coming down pit lane. Obviously, it'd be pretty goofy to stay out here, I'd say. But the question is, what do they do? What is the strategy for these drivers? Is it 2? Is it 4? Baffert leading the field to the stalls. Oh, Chybinski goes around! Entering his stall, he's going to have to move around and reset. It's going to cost him positions on the restart. But luckily it happens under yellow rather than happening under green. And it looks like everybody takes 4. Nobody takes 2. And it's going to be Baffert holding on to the race lead over Gavin Austin, Enrique Cucala, Dillon Parker, Jeffrey Armistead. Yusuf Ghali is still on pit lane. Maybe fixing some damage the 54 might have had from some contact earlier in this race. If that's the case, he'll be starting outside the top 10 when we go back green. So everybody took 4 tires. Nobody tried to take a gamble and take 2. Everybody takes 4. As Yusuf Ghali is rolling off of pit lane now in the number 54 car. Coleman Elmore is still on pit road as well. But a caution shakes up the running in this one here. We're coming to the 15-lap mark. 15 laps to go. Presented by 72 Diecast this next time by. And I'll give you the rundown on him and our sponsor for the 15 to go in just a moment. Baffert blinks out and reappears. So we're doubled up. Restart coming with 14 to go, but right now we're on the 15 to go. It's presented by 72 Diecast. Of course, if you're looking for new diecast, you can get your pre-orders in at 72diecast.com today. Looking to pick up maybe that Shane Van Gisbergen win from this past weekend at Watkins Glen, or maybe you want the Connor Zilic Xfinity Series, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, or maybe you want to be a first win collector and you want to pick up that Caden Honeycutt first career win as we blink out and back in for a second, but maybe you want that Caden Honeycutt first career win. You can pre-order them now at 72diecast.com for all your pre-orders, for all of your newer releases that come from Lionel. But if you want something maybe a little older, maybe you're in the market for a 2007 Jeff Gordon Pepsi Tomorrow car, or maybe you're looking for something older or something different, something used, or just something that's not a newer car, he's got you covered on eBay. 72 Diecast on eBay. It's got a lot of old, used, or newish condition diecast that are older. A lot of cool cars, a lot of great stuff there. I just picked up a big lot for him not too long ago, about like 40-something cars. A lot of old Jeff Gordon cars, all autographed. There's a lot of really cool stuff that I picked up for him. So if you're in the market for some new or used diecast, he's got it all for you. 72diecast.com or 72diecast on eBay to get your diecast needs. Tell him Dawson sent you, and he might shake your hand. I don't know. Restart coming with 14 laps to go. Ben Baffert is your leader. He chose the outside lane to control this restart. Gavin Austin to his inside. They're coming to the green flag. It flies now. Restart underway here. 14 to go at Pocono. Quickly in the background, you saw Golly dive down to the inside lane for a second. He tucks back in line. Gonna have to try to fight to get some positions forward in that number 54 car. As Gavin Austin sliding up in front of Dylan Parker, that's for second place as they make their way down. Oh, wrecking! Brett Bennett! Yusuf Ghali's in it! Damage to the 54! Brett Bennett in the 06 as well! Huge implications for the championship! Ghali damaged! Bennett damaged! No caution! We stay green! Oh, and Ghali get in the back of Bennett! Bennett's within the track! Almost gets into Ghali! Bennett blows up! And I think Ghali just made another enemy tonight. A bad decision. We'll quickly jump back and look at the replay. This all starts on the exit of turn 1. Coming off of turn number 1, Brett Bennett on the inside lane here. Comes to the track, just not fully clear. Gets into Ghali. Ghali heavy damage in that number 54 machine. And then they head towards the tunnel turn. Bennett's damaged. Ghali's damaged. Yusuf Ghali just flat out drove into the back of the 06. And Bennett, I think he tried to get back at the 54. Couldn't get there. So Ghali now in 12th place. Heavily damaged though. Bennett in 15th. Out of this one. Blaine Sparley out of the race as well. Michael Kruger likely is going to be out of it as well. He'll finish 17th place. But big damage to the 54 car. And a big blow to his race. And the championship, just like that, is wide open. Baffert leads. Gavin Austin is in second. Yusuf Ghali can see the field running away from him now as they have 12 laps to go. So the points at the restart, as they were coming to green, Yusuf Ghali was at 425, Gavin Austin 416, Ben Baffert 368. Obviously, with Ghali shuffling back to 12th, that's going to shake it up, and it might put Gavin Austin at a chance to be your points leader entering the finale next week. Gavin Austin could be leading the points entering Charlotte next week after what happened there a few laps ago with Brett Bennett and Yusuf Ghali. Ghali is catching Michael Sturgill for what would be 11th. But that's not going to be enough to overcome the big deficit. It's only going to be 1 point to help his cause. See Jeffrey Armisen to the inside of Owen Chybinski. That's for 6th place, trying to make it work on the bottom lane through turn 1. Baffert is out in front. by about 0.3 of a second over Gavin Austin and building. Dylan Parker solidly in third. Kukulon and Roberts right here, fourth and fifth. Then it's Chybinski and Armistead, Acuna, Chastain, Elmore, and then Gali now getting by Sturgill for 11th place. Sturgill on older tires. He had to stay out and take the waiver on to get back on the lead lap. Meanwhile, Chastain, Acuna, contact through the tunnel turn. Chastain easing up a little bit as here comes Coleman Elmore on the back bumper of that number 12 car. Heading for turn number 3. These two drivers side by side. Acuna and Chastain. Up the track goes Chastain. Trying to keep it down there. He does for now. Acuna trying to work the outside lane to make it work on the tough side. Looks like he does for now. As they hit 10 laps to go. Now at the stripe this time. Baffert leads. Austin still right there. Still a 3-horse race between Acuna, Chastain, and Elmore. Gali is 7.3 seconds back in this battle. He would need these drivers to take each other out really to have a shot at it if he wanted to try and get up there and get some more spots than what he's at right now. Matt Steiner got Michael Sturgill as well for 12th place. So Steiner up to 12th. Good run for him tonight. Keeping it clean on the 38 machine. So Gavin Austin, I'm noticing he is so much better, I think, through 1 and 2 than Ben Baffert is. Through turn 1, I should say. Turn 2 is where Baffert gets all of his time and then some. And down the front stretch, he's even putting time now. I think Baffert has so much of this track figured out right now. It's going to be hard for Gavin to catch him and beat him. But as they run right now, it's interesting. So as the points stand right now, Yusuf Gali has, it's still 425, 416, 368. Well, looks like we got to fix that. Coming around to 8 laps to go. This next time by Baffert. Crossing the stripe, needing this run like it is. As it stands right now, as they're running, Yusuf Gali has a 5-point advantage over Gavin Austin. Ben Baffert is not out of it yet. 378, I think the points total is that. It's 25 plus 22. So that's 47 points is the gap. Right now as they run for Baffert behind Gali, still not out of the realm of possibilities for Baffert to win the title as well. Gali now has Matt Steiner breathing down his neck. Here comes the 38 machine to try to go for 11th place. That could be another position, another point lost for Gali. That could put a swing in things again for Baffert and for Austin. So Gavin Austin has lost time to Ben Baffert. Dylan Parker is catching the back of the 6 car and now looking to see if he can make a move as Matt Steiner goes by Yusuf Gali on the inside lane for 11th place. Gali trying to fight back, but Steiner will clear in front. Gali trying to get back to the inside, trying to get back by the 38 machine as they head for, I believe this will be the tunnel turn now. Steiner going to give room on the inside to that number 54 machine who slides up the racetrack now. As they battle up front, the battle's on for second. Car in the wall in the background, Coleman Elmore, but we're still good. He keeps it pointing in the right direction. Dylan Parker to the inside. He'll go to second with 6 laps to go. And this might be for the better for Gavin. If Gavin is careful, I was getting ready to say, he's got a golden opportunity. Let Dylan try to catch that number 23 car. If you think Dylan is faster, let Dylan be the guy. Follow behind this 3 car and let him lead you to that 23. Let him guide you to that position. As it looks like it's going to happen here. As you see, Dylan a little slide there off the tunnel turn, but he is faster than Ben Baffert right now. But is he out of time? 1 second is the gap. He's going to have to cut into a second in 5 laps. 2/10 a lap is basically what he's going to need if he wants to catch the 23 and make it a battle for the win. Baffert going to do everything in his power to keep that 3 car at bay. Like I said, Gavin Austin, your best bet, dude, is just to sit in line behind that 3 car with 5 laps to go. The gap is 0.8 of a second, and let the 3 try to cut into the lead. Let him lead you to the leader. Don't try to pass him. Don't try to slow him up. Just sit in line and follow. And that's what it looks like he's doing right now. 0.7 of a second, and still gaining now is Dylan Parker on to Ben Baffert. Gavin staying at least kind of close with him, but still losing time. But that's okay. If these two start battling, Gavin can easily pull himself back into this fight and make it a 3-horse race for the win. Coming around next time by, it'll be 4 laps to go. Cars still tightly fighting, contesting every spot they can. 5th place up for grabs between Jeffrey Armistead and Wyatt Roberts. You still got Acuna and Chastain battling for 8th. Dylan Parker just trying to find something as well to see if he can keep generating these runs and keep cutting into the lead that Baffert has. That time a big gain. He's going to make a big swing towards that number 23 machine. 4 laps to go this time at the line. That time it was 0.3 faster for Dylan Parker than Ben Baffert. Dylan is fast. Dylan is closing. And this win would be huge for Ben Baffert. He needs this win desperately. He needs the point swing to keep his title hopes alive. For Dylan Parker, it's just to keep expanding upon his win totals he has in this league. Dylan Parker is the winningest driver all time in the Slide Job Racing League. He's looking to add another one to his name, if he can. 36 wins for him entering tonight. He won earlier this season at Sonoma. He wants to add another win to his name. For Ben Baffert, he's looking for his 2nd win of the season and looking for his 4th career win. And looking to keep building upon this season that he's had. And looking to just try and give himself an outside shot to win it all next week at Charlotte. But Baffert has still got a mirror full of Dylan Parker to handle. Coming on the back straightaway, 3 laps to go. 0.3 of a second is the gap. Last time by, it was a 1/10 faster for Dylan Parker, which is just what he needs. Dylan trying to find clean air. Baffert just trying to keep him from getting in the draft as well. Back and forth affair here at Pocono in the closing laps. Dylan with a run down towards turn 3. He's so much better on exit than on entry, and that's so big on these long straightaways like you have the front stretch. It's so big to get a good run off the exit of the corner, which is what Dylan Parker has here. 2 laps to go. Baffert just trying to hang on for all he's got. Dylan Parker right there in the picture. Gavin Austin just a distant 3rd, needing to hang on to that spot to keep himself in a really good position to win the title. Here comes Dylan Parker in the draft of Ben Baffert, trying to reel in this 23 car. Armistead and Kukulon side by side, catching Gavin Austin. Austin's going to do everything he can to keep those 2 at bay. He needs to finish 3rd to really keep this title fight alive for this 6 car. Dylan cut in that time. He got it within 0.2 of a second. Baffert blinks out. Dylan Parker is still there. Coming around this time, there's not going to be a caution. We're going to get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Dylan Parker still right there within a fighting chance of this win. Gavin Austin aggressively blocking the 14 of Jeffrey Armistead, looking for his first podium in a while. Enrique Kukulon diving into the inside. Dylan Parker's there for the lead. Armistead up the track. Kukulon right there. They're trying to get a run down the backstretch. Austin going to throw the block. A perfectly timed block at that too. But up front, the battle for the lead. Side by side, they go through the tunnel turn. Parker on the inside, Baffert inside, Parker outside, side by side through the tunnel turn. Dylan Parker has got the lead. Baffert still trying to fight him off here. They go into 3 for the final time. Dylan goes wide. Baffert to the bottom. Baffert's going to slide it. Parker wants to run in the crossover. They wreck! They crash! And as they do, Gavin Austin, Jeffrey Armistead, battling it out. Gavin Austin wins it here in the last lap. He steals the victory. Third straight win for the number 6 machine in a remarkable, impossible, improbable run to try and win this championship. My goodness, what a finish! How on earth did the seas part for Gavin Austin to pick up the victory? Jeffrey Armistead will come home second. Enrique Cucalon on the podium as well. But it's all Gavin Austin. He'll take home the checkered flag, and he'll win it here at Pocono. And with that accident coming to the checkered flag, Ben Baffert will finish this race in 9th, and he is mathematically eliminated from championship contention, from leading this race and putting himself as a long shot to win it. Instead, he'll finish all the way back in 9th and have to hang his head in shame and wonder what could have been. But for Gavin Austin, the seas parted. It opened right up, and he was able to take home the checkered flag. We have got to go back and see that finish coming to the line. My goodness. Dylan Parker made a fantastic move through the tunnel turn, keeping it side by side on the outside lane. They doored a little bit here on the exit. They kept it straight, though. Into turn 3, Dylan takes it way high in the corner, just setting up for a massive run down the straightaway to the finish. Baffert trying to keep him behind him, tries to block the 3. He puts Dylan in the wall. He spins him and Dylan both out. And right here, Gavin just barely misses the 23 car, and he takes the checkered flag. Everybody somehow missed him as well. And here's the onboard that everybody wants to see. The pass for the win coming down to the wire. Smoke, wrecking car, down the bottom to the checkered flag. What a finish. So as Gavin's burned it down, we'll take a look at your finishing results here, of course. What a wondrous top 3. Austin and Armistead and Cucalon, the top 3 finishers tonight. Just, man, what a fantastic finish to that race. I can't get over it. What a massive top 3 there. Wyatt Roberts 4th. Dylan Parker still comes home 5th through all of that. Owen Chabinski in 6th. Diego Acuna, 7th place run tonight. Matthew Chastain in 8th. Ben Baffert will finish tonight 9th again, eliminated from the title fight. And Coleman Elmore recovers and finishes in 10th. Matt Steiner, 11th place. Fantastic run for the 38 team. And then Yusuf Ghali, what a night to forget. We talked about how Pocono was his track. It was a disastrous night and likely could be a turning point for this title to give Gavin Austin the championship. Michael Sturgill, 13th, last car on the lead lap, and Robert Lucas a lap down. The rest of the cars did not finish. Brett Bennett, Blaine Sparling, and Michael Kruger, and then Rott, Van Uzendorp, and Lafort did not start this race here tonight. So we got a podium to talk to. Some drivers to see how they're feeling after that race tonight. And we'll start with Jeffrey Armistead, with our third place finisher, pardon me, excuse me. That is BRN's own Enrique Cucalon. Let's get a hold of him. Hey, Enrique Cucalon, it's tossing out in the booth. You got a copy?
Hell yes, go ahead.
Well, usually you're up here with me in the booth, but you run tonight. You run Tuesday nights in the Slide Job Racing League, and tonight you were able to finagle a third place finish, your second career podium finish. What was that race like for you behind the wheel of the 22 machine?
You know, as I said, you know, I'm usually up in the booth, but you know, it's definitely fun to see it from the driver's perspective. I feel like that race was pretty fun for us. You know, ever since the green flag, I knew I had to go ahead, save tires, save, and it worked out pretty good in the first run. We made up a few spots, avoided the incident there with, I believe it was the 06 and the 41 and the 54, so, you know, that was good. And then the second run of the race, we didn't really go anywhere. I let my teammate go by, and then it was just like a little bit of struggles. But the third, like the final 20-something laps of the race, you know, we had that caution there, which kind of, I wish I would have gotten a little bit more green there. But, I mean, still, a third place finish, I cannot ask for more than that. I am definitely pumped, excited, whatever you want to say. Like, it's definitely something that I've been looking forward to ever since we got third at Atlanta 2 years ago. So it's definitely fun to be back up here in the podium.
Absolutely. Well, Enrique, just ready to close out the season at Charlotte next week, just looking for these good finishes. What do you think you need to do to try at least get those 2 spots better and get the win?
I feel like, you know, we just got to keep just going at it. I know, you know, from a Charlotte race a couple of months back, so I kind of have some experience there. So, you know, it's just going to be track conditions, because if it's tight, you know, we're just going to go safe. And if it's loose, you know, it's going to be a little bit tougher. So, and, you know, you never know who's going to show up, because you have people here who sometimes show up and they're pretty good. And, you know, some like tonight, they didn't show up. So, but yeah, you know, it's just going to be another race for us. It's going to be a little bit longer. So we're going to have to keep our head in the game throughout 250 laps there. So, but yeah, currently 12th in the points. We also got to look at that. Looking for a top 10 in points this year. It's been a little bit iffy the last few weeks, but this certainly puts a lot more confidence in my mind heading to Charlotte.
Well, alrighty, Enrique, third place finish for you here tonight at Pocono. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts, what got it done for you?
Yeah, first of all, gotta thank Lane. I know she isn't here right now, but you know, she's always supporting me, and you know, even though she's not here tonight, I still would like to thank her a lot. Thanking Dane. Dane gave me some big tips last week. Not the ones that you're thinking of.
I wasn't even thinking of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I know your mentality up here in the booth, so, you know, it's kind of... but yeah, he gave me some great insight on how to run this car. You know, just overall, NASCAR cars and iRacing. So thanks to him. Thanks to Zeeble. Some of y'all, I don't know who Zeeble is, but he's in the chat all the time supporting me. And thank you to all of my teammates. Bryson, Brett, Mikey, Wyatt, Jeffrey, Matt, Tyler, Coleman, Matthew. Just so many good people that are around me and support me all the time and help me be a better driver. And you know, I feel like that's primarily one of the reasons we're here tonight with this third place result. So I couldn't thank them enough, and thank you for putting on this amazing broadcast.
Well, I wouldn't call it amazing tonight. I was muted until about like lap 15, I think. But it's and we also lost the broadcast at one. Like, there's been a lot of problems, but that's okay. So that'll be it for Enrique. Third place finish tonight here, ties his career best finish. Congrats on that third place run tonight, Enrique.
Sir, thank you.
And you can see he's still parked on pit lane. So we'll now reach out to our second place finisher, Mr. Jeffrey Armistead. Wherever he is. There he is. I gotta pluck him out. Where did he go? I lost Jeffrey Armistead. There he is. I had to move him like 15 times to get him, but we got him. Jeffrey Armistead, our runner-up finisher tonight here at Pocono. Jeffrey, congrats on the second place run. How the hell did you do it?
I don't really know. I felt like to begin practice, I didn't really know what was the right way to drive the track. Kind of figured it out. It felt pretty good at the end of practice with what I had, and then for qualifying, I blew my first lap into turn 1, tried to reset, and then ran out of time. And then for gridding, I had to go PCB a little bit and missed gridding. So I started in pit road. And when I got back out there, I was about 4 to 5 seconds behind the field. And then I just slowly started reeling the guys at the back in, and then kind of realized I was also making time up on the leaders and figured I had a fast car. Getting up here probably was going to take the yellow, but I was really good on the long runs, could, consistently kept passing people, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the package tonight with the extra horsepower and all that. So glad I was able to recover from a couple of foolish mistakes before the race even started to wind up where I did.
Absolutely. Well, you come away second tonight. A great run for that team anyways. Just looking forward to Charlotte to close the season out. Just what are you looking forward to close it out with the second place run tonight? Just trying to go for it next week at Charlotte.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hit or miss at Charlotte. I know that track's going to go through a lot of transition too, because it's a very long race. Starts in the day, ends at night. So just hoping we'll be able to figure it out. Usually, I don't get a ton of practice. Really, I don't practice at all until I join the session leading up to any of these races. So hopefully I'll just get acclimated to the track pretty quickly, and I'm sure I'll be taking it easy to start that race. And then, I know off turn 4 can be a little bit chaotic sometimes, so hopefully I'll dodge anything that happens, especially at the beginning, and we'll see if I can work my way up there yet again.
Well, alrighty, it's a second place run for the 14 machine tonight. Jeffrey, teammate, sponsor, shout-outs. What got you to the podium finish tonight?
Yeah, shout out to all the Circumference Ultimate Motorsports guys. That's Enrique, Brett, Matt, Wyatt Roberts, Mikey Kruger, all the other guys that are in there during the chat and everything, Matthew Chastain. It's a lot of fun hanging out with them, just talking about what people were doing, how they were running and everything. And I got to give a shout out to the trusty Sidewinder for getting me to two runner-up finishes this year. So I know there's a lot of fancy wheels in this league, but some of that old-fashioned tech still gets it done.
Absolutely. Well, that's the second place finisher tonight. Old Sidewinder himself, Jeffrey Armistead, your runner-up here tonight at Pocono. Congrats on the runner-up finish tonight, Jeffrey.
Yep. Thanks, Dawson.
And we'll now go and see if we can find our winner. Talk about heating up at the right time. That is the driver of the number 6, Gavin Austin. We'll see if we can hunt down the driver of the 6 and pull him in and talk to him. Hey, Gavin Austin, I might as well make a permanent seat for you up here, but you got a copy out there in the 6 car?
I do.
Alrighty, well, what has been a remarkable run to the championship battle, to the line, to the wire. It came starting at Sebring with the win. Atlanta last week, you picked up the victory in a pretty exciting finish, coming to the line. And then tonight, you find a way to one-up it. It's a wreck between the top 2, and you're the one in third that comes away victorious. What was this race like for you, leading up to the finish of it?
I don't know. I'm just awful at this track. I know last week in Victory Lane, the interview with you, I know I was really worried about coming into this race, because Pocono, honestly, probably my worst track on the sim. I mean, I'm just awful at it, not good at it. I'm just not able to stay consistent, or I can't really save my tires well at all. So, I kind of shocked myself getting the pole, but kind of burnt my stuff early on, and once Ben got around me, he kind of took off, and I fell back a bit, and I don't know. I wasn't able to save my stuff up tonight at all and run consistently. Coming into this race, I wasn't even sure if I had a chance to get a top 5. And that last lap, I don't know. I mean, I fell all the way back to Enrique and Jeffrey because I just burnt my stuff up. I mean, I just can't really, I can't save my stuff here. I really can't. and I was just kind of defending, trying to, get a third place finish, a podium finish, because I know I needed those points going into next week Charlotte's race, and I guess it took my mind a bit to register them wrecking in front of me, because I was like, I couldn't really like. I don't know. I didn't really react to it at first. I'm like, are they like I don't know what went through my mind, but as they wrecked, I just kind of kept driving. Obviously, once I passed it, I'm just like, what the heck just happened? I mean, it's totally unreal. I should not be sitting in victory lane right now. I feel really bad for Dylan Parker. He flying all race long. He had the run on the exit and just exit of 4 in just unfortunate circumstances. But for both, honestly, Dylan and Ben. I mean, Ben really needed that finish to still stay in a points battle for the championship. But after that incident, I think it's just me and Yusuf heading into it next week.
Yeah, right now, it sits as you and Yusuf, but you mentioned Ben out of 3, pardon me. I don't know if you saw it, but Ben Bafford, his wheel fell apart on him coming out of turn 3 apparently too.
I saw that, which is unreal. I mean, there's been an incident one time where my wheel fell off, and it sucks. But on the last lap, racing for the lead, coming out the final corner is just that's awful. I feel bad for both Dylan and Ben, because either one of them, deserve to win this race, and I really should not be sitting in victory lane right now.
Well, after all that, though, you win the race, the big picture. You take the points lead heading into Charlotte next week. It's down to essentially about a one-on-one finish between you and Gali. What are your thoughts now, just heading into that? One more race to go, and it pretty much just comes down to a one-on-one race. Best finisher wins the title.
Well, I'm really confident heading into Charlotte. Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks. I'm pretty quick there. I just gotta, save my stuff up. I've kind of struggled all season long, to kind of save my tires, and I just gotta, kind of work on that a bit heading into Charlotte, and I have some teammates there. I know Christian Delgado couldn't make it tonight, but he'll be there next week at Charlotte. And maybe he can help me. I know he's also quick at Charlotte, so we might be able to work together a bit. But yeah, I mean, also huge shout out to my other teammate Diego Acuna with a 7th place finish. I think that's his best finish of the season. It's a great finish for him. Awesome having teammates in this league to race with. And yeah, honestly, heading into Charlotte, yeah, just plan to hopefully qualify well and stay up front.
Well, alrighty, Gavin, it's a race win for you here tonight. Teammates, sponsor shoutouts. What else you got for us to shout out before we let you go?
Well, I gotta kind of thank my teammates already. I mean, Christian Delgado and Diego Acuna. Huge shout out to them. I want to thank Daniel Mosteller. He helped me with strategy this race. I suck at strategy, so it's nice having him helping me out. I want to thank HBTV, the main sponsor on the car. I'm undefeated racing the HBTV cars, so I have 3 wins in them. So I think it's a sign that I have to run, an HBTV car next week at Charlotte, because it's done me well this season. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to thank you too. Every week you're up here commentating these races, and I want to thank everybody for watching. Oh, I got to shout out my Twitch too. I do this every week, but it's Austin with a 1 instead of the I, and then _2 on Twitch. And then my YouTube's Gavin Austin Racing. I post some of the VODs. I haven't really uploaded any videos recently. I got to get back on it. And I want to thank Leif Opstad. He's, always in my streams, always, watching. He's a good friend of mine, and got to thank him as well. And that's pretty much about it.
Well, alrighty, that is Gavin Austin. 3 straight wins for the driver of the 6 machine, en route to now a points lead, entering the final race of the season. Gavin, congrats on the win tonight, and best of luck to you next week, man.
Thank you.
And that is Gavin Austin, your race winner, 3rd time in a row. He's found victory lane. What a remarkable run to this battle for the championship that we have had. Let me just pull this up. I'm going to pull the point standings up. The points have been updated. As of right now, it is a 6-point lead for Gavin Austin over Yusuf Gali, which is just incredible, because exiting Chicagoland with just 4 races to go, Golly had a 76-point lead over Gavin Austin, who had just jumped to second over Ben Baffert. If you look back, that was after Chicagoland, where Golly was able to get a good finish there. Justin Rott had won the race, but Golly had a second-place run, which really helped him get a big points lead. Man, a 76-point deficit that Gavin was able to just chip into race after race, win after win, until finally now atop the point standings. And I believe he is the first driver to take Yusuf Ghali out of the points lead since he took it back after Rockingham. Ghali held the points lead pretty much the majority of this season up until now. So just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We still got one more race, of course, next week. Charlotte lies in wait for these drivers to claim a championship. We'll see you there next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. But, of course, as well, Thursday night, the Sofa Racing League heads to Talladega. I'll be racing. I believe Ryan might be on the call. Not too sure if he is. If not, that's okay. I'll see if I can find a way to get somebody. Enrique usually streams this, so we'll have Enrique do the stream for us there. But that'll do it from us here tonight at Pocono. Gavin Austin, what a run he's had this season. And he's looking to close it out next week with the championships. We'll see you next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on BRN for the championship race at Charlotte. If we see you Thursday night for the Sofa Racing at Talladega, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you at the Fast Track Cup Series on Monday night for the All-Star race at Dover International Raceway, Dover Motor Speedway, whatever you want to call it. Dover Speedway, Dover Motorsports Park, any race, you don't even want to call it. I don't really know what Dover goes by anymore. It's lost its identity. Dover's dying. SMI is killing Dover the same way they killed Kentucky. SMI sucks. This is Dr. Allen signing off saying so long, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.